Today on Samcraft, the workshop becomes a little bit brighter and wider. Hey everybody, my name is Sam and welcome back to Samcraft. Yes, you're in the workshop because today's video is all about paint prep and painting the walls of the workshop. This will be fun. I'm going to try my best to make this interesting as well. Let's go. What I'm going to be using is a DAP name brand product. This is an Alex Fast Dry latex caulk plus silicone built in. This is a product I've used for many years. I first found out it from a family member who was a professional painter for many years. And back then this is what he used and recommended, and I've just never used anything different ever since. The joy about this is it's easy to clean up. So we're gonna have a caulk gun, some paper towels, use your fingers to smear it around, whatever you want to do. This is not horrible corrosive stuff. It is not super sticky, and it does clean up easily. So the name of the game is to walk around the inside of my workshop in any place that looks like it might show through whenever it's painted. Try and smooth it over. Apply this to any kind of holes or divots, any of my panel joints that just look wonky, put it there as well, and basically smooth this whole place up before we start painting. So I have a different style caulk gun that I bought just to try out and see if it's a gimmick or not. This is a product called a Siligun. It's a compact 4-inch caulk gun. Yeah, that's it. So what it's designed is your tube loads in the front and it goes through. There's a plunger and a knife, and it kind of is a compact caulk gun. I don't know how else to say it, but that's what it is. And I figured, you know what? Sure, try it out. Give your viewers something interesting to see in this video, but also see if it works or not. Is it a gimmick? Is it a really cool tool? Who knows? I guess we'll find out today. To load the Siligun, you have this little piece right up here at the front. When you pull that back, it allows you to push the tube into it. You let it go, and it now grips the tube. It's kind of like lined with sandpaper inside. As you saw, also to unload it, you pull the same trigger. So pull in, ready to go. As you use it, you just do the normal squeeze handle here. It works the tube through, and this center portion right here, that is actually a knife blade and allows the plunger to stay in the middle, yet the tube come on through. It cuts a slice right here and it slides through. That'll make more sense as I actually use this and let you guys see it in action. So go ahead and cut a tiny little tip off the caulk tube here and we'll get rocking and rolling. First up is this terrible joint here. This is the last one that I did with my wall covering. The one where I learned the critical statement of start in a corner, finish in a corner. But hey, it gives us the opportunity to finish it out with this, and I don't know, maybe let you guys see something different. So I'm loading up the joint here with a good bead of caulk, more than it needs, because I'm now taking a 3-inch flex putty knife and I'm just going to scrape it just as if this was drywall joint compound. The next section that I'm going to work on is a mess up that happened whenever I was installing my paneling, and I can't remember if I put it in that video or not, but basically I cut the outlet box hole in the wrong spot. So I used the piece I cut out along with a big piece of flashing tape on the back to stick it back there and hold it in place. What I'm left with is a patch that is barely visible, but I want to make sure it is as invisible as possible. It's over here in the corner. Thank goodness. So it's not really in a high traffic or going to be shown a whole lot on camera spot, but I know it's there and I want to make it look right. Well, that wasn't too bad. I think I had about 5 or 6 seams to touch up. I had the outlet cut mess up piece to do, and then of course the really big gap, the one I did at first down there. Otherwise, this place is pretty much ready to paint. I'm sure as I put paint on the walls, it will reveal more stuff to patch and seal and all that. Plus I have my corners that I got to address. I don't know if I'm going to address them with caulking or if I'm just going to go to the store and buy 4 pieces of corner molding and call it good enough. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and let this dry for a while, and our next step is pouring the paint. Alright, obviously it is the next day. We have some more light in the workshop here. I have my paint clothes on, and it's time to paint the walls. I have 5 gallons of a paint and primer in one product. The color is just plain, pure ultra white. I thought about putting a little hint of color in here, but decided not to, and decided if I want color, I will add it with decorations or things. And I'm sure a lot of my tools and machinery is going to add color anyway. So, pure white it is, and since no one really wants to see someone paint, I mean, not really, at least in real time, I'm going to set you guys up, and we're just going to run through this on time lapse. At least that way, it'll be a little more entertaining, right? I hope so, for you guys. Well guys, easily a couple of hours down the road, and I have finally finished the first coat of this entire workshop. My goodness, this is a big shop. Whose idea was this to build? It is nice though, and I definitely like the white walls. It helps brighten the space up, actually makes it feel larger too, and of course the more clean, uniform background is good for a video. Because this guy has been known to do a couple of videos. So pretty much as you saw, it is just paint the wall. That was about it. I was trying to be careful not to put any paint where it didn't need to go, mostly the floor, and at the ceiling I just let it bump up because I've not done my ceiling covering yet, and when it's done it will be totally hidden, so no problems there. The one area that I did put in this frame of the shot just because I do want to talk about it is over here where my sub panel box is, or my breaker box. I wasn't really sure what to do with this. I mean, in a perfect world, I would have painted before I installed it, but it's just not the way the order of operations happen whenever you're building a place. I thought about just painting around the box and the wires and the conduit as best I could and leaving it with that, but I knew that that would probably bug me a little bit since the wires kind of snake left and right, and I would inevitably get paint on the wires or the conduit. So what I decided to do was just make an accent piece of it, at least for now. I just went straight lines, right and left, right on the side of the box after I masking taped the side of the box, and it is what it is for right now. I'm not sure that I like it. Actually, it really bugs me, so I will probably be painting it better, just not for this first go around. But I believe this will be a good stopping point for this video. The walls are painted. They're only going to get more white from here, and I don't want to drag you through all of that. Hopefully you found this video fun, educational. I don't know if that could be said, but hey, glad you were here with me as I went through this progress, just taking the next step in this really long journey of building this workshop and getting just that much closer to the finish line. If you have any questions or comments, leave them for me down below. Otherwise, take care, and I'll see you guys next time in this workshop.